Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am starting with a full face of nothing. I am going to show you guys how to achieve a really good nighttime look. I don't want to make it too complicated today. I just want to do something that is glamorous but easy and something that we can all do in a short space of time. So if you want to take this journey with me, sit back and have a snack and yeah, let's go. So I'm starting off because my face is dry AF with this. Oh, and that means that my under eye is more dry. So I'm using this Lancome Genifique under eye cream just to lather all the way under there. My face is screaming, and I usually like to put it over my eye. And then as always I go in with my Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream and I put it all over my face. What's going on today? What are you guys up to? Subscribe, comment below, talk to me, all that good stuff, so that you can see some more of my videos. And also click the notification bell, you know, all that stuff that people usually say. Apply it here. Okay, so once that is done, I'm gonna aim to achieve this look in 30 minutes. We'll see how that works. Sometimes we want to look really glam, but we don't necessarily have the time. So sometimes I use some very different and easy techniques to achieve those looks, because to be honest, when we're trying to get out of the house, we don't have an hour to just put a face on. Half the time us women are late. As it is, the men are probably on the couch like stoopsing, or calling to say when are you getting here, or whatever. So today I am going to pull up my sleeves. I'm going to prime my face with the Fenty primer, and again just in the T-zones. Today I have a little bit more because I exfoliated my skin. My pores are a little bigger, so what I'm also going to go in with is the Benefit Pore Filter. I find that this acts as a really good shield, if you will, as far as just blurring out those pores go. So I'm gonna do that, and now it looks like I have a smooth face on. Like if I just put like a different face on right here. Okay, now that that is on, what I'm going to do is mix my Fenty foundation. I am using the color 400. It is definitely not the same shade as me, but I like to mix it with my SmashBox Studio Skin Longwear foundation. To me, it just gives me a good balance. It turns into the right shade somehow, and I'm really excited to have them both because they're just so, I don't know, they're both lightweight foundations, I find, and it makes it easier for me to wear because I don't like heavy stuff on my face. So I'm just gonna dab them. I like my foundation to look like skin. I don't like to be caked. I don't like to be beat. I don't like any of those words related to makeup. To me, makeup is just supposed to enhance what is already there. I know some people prefer that look, or for some people they may have to do that look because they may have some skin problems. Even though right now I'm struggling a little bit with my skin, it's not as bad as me having to cover up everything and looking cakey. So now that that's on there, I will spray this just because I want to and it feels good. And now I'm going to start blending. I'm using the Morphe 439 brush, and I just use this to kind of stipple as opposed to drag and buff. I just like to keep the product where it is, and then occasionally, like under here is where I would do the most dragging, but along my cheeks and my forehead and stuff, I don't generally like to drag the product. But don't forget to drag it down your neck, because we all know we don't want to be two-toned Susie. I don't know why I said Susie, but we don't want to be two-toned Susie. I am applying this really quickly because I am in a rush, and this is probably how you're gonna look as well when you are trying to rush this process along. Okay, so now that that's done, I will go in now with my concealer, the Born This Way concealer in the shade Maple, and I'm just going to put it onto the areas that needs concealing. Because my lips are hella freaking dry, I will go in with my Milk Cosmetics lip balm. This is a really good lip balm, by the way. Okay, so now that that is in, my favorite technique, I don't know why my concealer brush has glitter all over it, but we're going to take out as much as possible and work with it. So now I'm going to go in with the Morphe M173 brush and stipple around the spot that I want concealed, just so that we have the most coverage where we need it and everything else is blended into the foundation. So I'm not directly going over the area because it is raised. It is easier for me to see what's going on. After I've blended it out, I'm just going to lightly tap, so I am not removing any of the product from there. So now we are going to take our damp beauty blender and just start to literally beat our face now. So just to push the concealer in, the product in. You also want to take your foundation and your base products into your ear and going down your neck, because you don't want it to be a place where people are like, what's going on with her? Today I'm just going to use the Natasha Denona Mini Gold palette. I am absolutely in love with this palette. This palette can create so many looks. And I'm just gonna do something very nice and, you know, angelic like with this palette today. So I can go in with my concealer underneath the eye and start to do what I need to do under there. I tried to make a line go down my nose. Now I'm going to go in to fix my brows a little bit. Because I naturally have thicker brows, I don't do a lot with them. I tend to like just color them in. So that's what I'm gonna do today, color. And by coloring, I just swipe through the areas that I think need the most product, and then I lightly go down like this and draw a line kind of like where I want the brow to be. See, I draw the line and then I am just lightly drawing down at the end, because what we don't want is for there to be a scenario where we have really, really dark ends. I don't like to see that. And then I'll just go over the top just to make sure there's a proper line there. And then what I like to do at the front, once I draw the line at the bottom, is just take the spoolie area and comb it up. That way I'm combing the product up without having too much product deposited right here at the front. And I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. So I'm just gonna comb it up And once that's done, my brows have been drawn or colored in, I will then go in with my concealer brush, take the concealer that is closest to my skin tone, which just happens to be Maple by Too Faced. This is the Born This Way concealer. What you want to do is get as close as possible to the actual hair where you want to basically form a good shade. I know it's almost February, but Happy New Year, everybody. I didn't get a chance to say that. And what are some of your goals for 2020? Some of my goals are, one, to start, rather not start, but to do something that I always wanted to do, which was YouTube. I've started a couple channels before and I just would get scared because, you know, a lot of the YouTubers that I would follow, they already have their following, and I didn't know anything about, you know, the platform as far as what you're supposed to do. I don't like editing. There were just a million and one reasons that I found not to do it. And I'm just to the point now where I'm just like, you know what? If I want to do it, nobody's gonna do it for me. I have to make sure that I start it. And that was one of the goals that I set for myself this year. And so far, so good. Another goal that I did set. Oh, my brows are looking, they're looking okay. So I'm gonna move on from brows now. As I was saying, one of my goals is just to get back into the gym and basically lose all the weight that I gained. At this point, it happens to be about 20 pounds. So I'd like that off. And so we got a trainer, and that's been going really well thus far. I think I've already lost a little bit of weight. I don't know how much, but my clothes just definitely just fitting me differently. So I'm happy about that. That's going well. Professionally, I just want to make sure that I continue along the same path that I'm on and continue to produce bomb events and expand and do more. I think I have so much more to give that I just said that this year is just going to be that year that I am going to streamline something and kind of stay on the path and make sure that I get it done. So that's a little bit about me and what I'm doing this year. Want to do some traveling as well. So a lot going on this year. So I have to set the concealer underneath my eyes, but I'm just doing it like this to make sure that there hasn't been any creasing under there as yet. My holy grail for setting my under eye has become the MAC Studio Fix. I use the shade NC50 and I find it works really well. I don't usually use translucent powder underneath my eye because I find that it makes my under eyes really dry, like dry. So actually I am going to go in with this Eco Tools brush just to pack the powder on there. Sometimes I would brighten my under eyes, but I don't always like to do that because I like my makeup to look as natural as possible. And for me, doing that means that, you know, I can't always have like 2 or 3 concealers on. I think sometimes it takes away from the natural look of the of the makeup, and today I am going extremely natural on the face, just a little pop of something on the eyes. And now I'm gonna change to this Lancome brush. Doesn't have a name. Just gonna change to that and sweep underneath my eyes. I do this just to make sure that my eyes are set properly, because once I can feel tugging, I know that it's not set properly. So once there's no tugging, then I know, okay, we can move on from this. Right now there's no tugging. So as I was explaining somebody just the other day, why I choose to go over it with the brush, a light brush like this, to feel for what I call tugging, is because when I pack the product on, sometimes because I've been packing, some of the product is the part that I put the brush usually would have more product than any areas that I do like that after. So I will go in with this softer brush, take up some of that same powder and dust away, just so that we're evening out whatever product is already there as well. When that's done, I am gonna go now in and fix this long line that's just sitting there. I like to do this and go right around the front of the brow to cover up any imperfections that I would have done there as it relates to the brow wiz. And then I will go in with my sponge, and to save time, I'll tap out the rest. Now we have this slightly crooked line. I can never get it straight. So as I mentioned earlier, today I'm going to use the Natasha Denona Mini Gold palette. I really like this palette because it is everything, like everything. I'm gonna go in with this shade first, just in the crease area, and I'm using a Morphe brush, blending brush, to do this. See how rich that is? It's just so pretty. Then I'm gonna pull some of that down here. And I'm gonna do the same thing on the other eye. Okay, when that is done, I am going to take this BH Cosmetics brush and the green shade. I am just gonna pop it right here. If you want this shade to pop a little bit more, to give you that pow, what you can do is just spritz it. That's what I'll actually do now. Spritz it with some Fix Plus. What I'm using now is the Olay mist, and that changes that a whole lot. Okay, I'm gonna repeat that. The other eye. Once that's laid down there, I'm going to go in now with my finger with this shade. Oh my gosh. And I'm just going to pop that. I'm just going to pop that. I actually think this is the best gold shade I have ever used or seen anywhere. It's so good. It's so good. If you try putting it on with a brush, it's not gonna have the same effect. And then what I like to do is, okay, so now that that is done, I am going to use today the mascara that I'm going to use. I can't find. Oh, it's right here. The Too Faced Damn Girl Mascara. That's what I'm going to use today to finish up the eyes before I go on to the rest of the face. With this look, you can put some lashes on if you so desire, or if you have a good mascara like this one. This is one of my favorites. I like this one, and I like the Pat McGrath one. I can't remember what it's called. I just find that they just open your eyes. Like if you've been sleeping. I like to squint when I'm putting on, and I realize like because I want to get from the bottom right to the top, so I like to squint like that, bring my head up so that I'm getting under and I can see. And I like to coat like 2-3 coats of this, and your lashes look literally like falsies. If you don't have any lashes and you feel inclined to put falsies on, by all means. Where I should really be putting falsies is the bottom lashes, because I have none. I haven't decided if I'm gonna pop some lashes on yet or not, depending on what I'm thinking or feeling or how much time I have, because lashes actually does take a long time. Okay, so once that's done, I'm just gonna go under my eyes with the same green color using a pointed brush. I'm just going to go under here. Just gonna pull that over there. Just to add a little bit. And then finally for the eyes, I will go in with this nude shade. I actually have not used it yet, but it does look like it can go. This nude shade, I'm gonna just put a little bit of that over the brow bone. Oh, it's not doing anything for me really. Okay. Okay, so for this look, now that the eyes are complete, I don't think I'm gonna put any lashes on. What I am going to do now is set the rest of my face with this Sephora Microsmooth powder. I cannot get enough of this powder. I'm not contouring or anything like that today. I'm just simply going to use some blush and let my eyes do the rest of the talking. Now I have like this natural, sorry, now I have this natural eyes. I'm just so happy about the eyes. Okay, now that I have just finished looking at myself, today what am I gonna do for lips? Okay, so for lips today, I am going in with Lancome Racy 342. No liner. Now that my lips are on, the final step is to apply my blush. I'm just dropping everything today. I actually am using Natasha Denona's eyeshadow as blush. I have been doing this. I just like how it sits on the skin. Just gives me a nice little glow. The last step is just to use a beauty blender to put on a little bit of a highlight. Nothing crazy, nothing ridiculous, just a little bit. I like to use my wet beauty blender for this, my damp beauty blender for this, because I feel like it just gives me a good sheen. Okay, so thank you guys so much for sticking with me. This is the final look. I just I used a wand to curl my hair, so, and then I just combed it out with a little fine-tooth comb. It took me maybe like 20 minutes. So, and now I am wearing my little fancy dress and I'm ready for a night out. So if you did enjoy my video, could you give me a like and could you subscribe? And also comment down below and tell me what other looks you may want to see, and also any products that you think that I may enjoy using based on what I've been using so far. So until next time, thanks guys, bye.